All right, let's get comfy and let's get into it. All right, good night. Oh, where's my camera gone? What's going on here? Hello. That ain't right. What has got my camera? 1 second, everyone. Let me figure out what's going on here. Oh, I see what's going on. Hi. Here I am. Okay. All right. What are we doing here? Camera, why are you not in? There we go. In the position you should be in. All right, there we go. Hi, everyone. Hi, Mud. Hi, Jace, Tanisha, Kobe, CC Chips, Boxing for Life, Hayes, Rex Kirk, Davis Densley. I did a bit of a market research focus group thing earlier today, so I had to change my camera setup a bit for that, and I forgot to double check that it was how it should be for tonight. My bad. There we go, that's better. Alright, so how are we all? How's your week been? It's Wednesday, it's new comic book day. Did you buy any new comics today? Hi Muffet, hi Ando Bob, hi Literally, hi Rainy, hi Ali D Boyd, hi Hilima. Hilimia? I'm not sure, but hello. Alright, so tonight we are going to do some writing. And I'll talk to you about what I'm writing as I'm writing it. I was going to work on my world building document a bit more, but I do actually have a script I need to finish, so we're going to work on that tonight. And I can answer your questions about script writing for comics while we go. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat and let's talk about how you go about making comics. And we'll end the night with a sketch card real quick. What was it that there was something I was really excited to draw tonight, but I can't remember what it was. I definitely want to do more Gundam stuff soon, but there was something else that I was really excited about, but I can't remember what that was right now. But we'll figure it out together, hey? So let's go ahead and switch over to the main scene.
Right, let's do this!
We're going to turn off my table cam because I don't need that right now. And we're going to fire up Google Chrome. So as usual, even though I'm doing a writing live tonight, as usual, hey Lulu! Hi Snowy, hi Not Your Fave, hi Haley. Yeah, as usual, there is one custom sketch card available, which you can obtain by dropping a baby dragon in the chat or above, and there is one of those per stream. So if somebody drops a baby dragon in the chat, they can choose the character. I will draw it live in front of you, and then I'll post it to you. And for anyone that's new and is not familiar with what I'm talking about, it's these sketch cards like this. Geez, I've done a few of them now. And for anyone watching who is an Australian artist, I also make these versions, which are slightly different. They don't have my logo on them. They've got this box here where you can put your signature or the character name instead. And they come in a pack of 20 with protective sleeves. So if you're an Australian artist and you'd like to have a crack at doing sketch cards, those are available on my Etsy store. In the meantime, let's get to doing some writing. So we are writing the script for my comic, The Network Man. The specific one that we're writing is the origin story for the main character, Teddy Valentine. This is a stretch. This was funded as a stretch goal for my Kickstarter. So I thought, well, instead of doing some world building tonight, let's write this script. So you can see I'm using what's called the Standard Comic Script by Steens and Camilla Zhang. Ever so slightly tweaked. I left align my dialogue, as you can see here. I don't like center align dialogue like a film script. It just doesn't sit right with my ADHD. And you can see that I've got some basic page breakdowns written here. And what we're doing tonight is we're going to take these page breakdowns and convert them into a proper script, panel by panel. So some folks who are regulars and have been watching my other live streams have already seen what Teddy and Cable look like. This is set in like an alternate universe Melbourne, where it all still looks very 70s but retro futuristic. But the technology and everything is advanced past what we have now. It just has a really cool retro 70s sort of aesthetic. Hi, Sumcat404. How's it going? Hey, JK Inc. Welcome to the party, pal. Hi, Renegade. Alright, and of course, we're still going on my first live goal, which is 10 diamonds and 1 tiny diny. So if we can get to 10 diamonds and 1 tiny diny by the end of the night, that would be awesome. Hi, Parker. Hi, Billy Bob. Hi, Skynet. Alright, so I'm writing the description of what's happening in the panel now. It's going to be a sort of a mid to wide shot. I won't be the one drawing this. Jenny Odio is. And Jenny Odio is here on TikTok, and she does amazing work. And she also has a Twitch stream, so go ahead and follow Jenny on TikTok and Twitch. She's great. We've worked together before on a short comic called Glitch Cache. This one is going to be a few extra pages longer than that. This one's 10 pages. That one was 6. And hopefully, I'll be able to take these 10 pages and pitch the graphic novel sized version of the book to a publisher so that we can make more of it. Hey, MVCDM! Hello, buddy! How's it going? All right. Hi, Jet. Hi, Calcuchin. Monk Ziffant. Howdy, howdy. Please feel free, drop some questions about comics in the chat. Let's talk about comics. And it is, of course, New Comic Book Day, so if you have read anything new today, let me know what you bought.
You have made me a happy man.
Hell yeah. One step closer to saving up for Metro Comic Con. And if you haven't bought any new comics today, that's okay. Because guess what? Comics.one's got you covered. They have a whole section full of free comics that you can read at that link. So go ahead and check them out. And if you read anything, come back and tell me which one you read. All right, so we're going for a mid-wide shot of Teddy and Cable out in the field. Hi, Ivyprofen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're writing a comic book live on stream tonight. All right. All right, all right. All right, so we've got Teddy, who has like long curly red hair. It's tied back. Cable is standing nearby, and they've got short, cropped silver hair. It's a little wavy on top. And they're going to be sort of standing nearby, weapon ready, but just keep being watchful. Hi, Doug Lurgon. Is it Doug Lurgon? Doug Lurgon? Doug Lurgon? Hi, Nia. Or Nia. Hi, Saxon. Welcome, 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 welcome. Alright, so Teddy's wearing his field uniform, which is going to be like khaki combat pants with a short sleeves, you know, Under Armour style shirt with the network logo on it. And a light armor vest. Slung over his shoulder. It's open and you can see several vials, bags, pouches, necked for collecting evidence. Some empty, some full. Hi Fluffy, hi Mason, hi Sia Pearson, hi India JCMJ. Just gonna stretch for a minute. I think that one says Huey. Hi Huey, hi Ash. You know what, I'm gonna switch to the close-up screen for a sec. Because while we're here, I got really lucky today and I popped down to Aldi. I did some market research earlier today and got paid some, you know, a little bit for it. So I stopped in and I picked up this for 15 bucks. I'm not expecting to make any art strictly with this pen, but I do a lot of Dungeons and Dragons and model building and stuff like that. So having this to be capable of providing me with some very, very thin, fine, hot melted plastic for repairing my minis and stuff and filling in gaps and all that sort of thing, that's going to be really handy. But if you're an artist like me as well, they've got these acrylic markers at the moment. I grabbed that set, but I also grabbed this metallic set. And hi Sarah Jane, hi Joe Whitfield, hi Matthew. Yeah, we'll give these paint pens a bit of a try at the end of the night and just see how they look. Hopefully they're good, because they'll be handy for my sketch cards and my Gundam models and stuff. Because I started building this today. I'm in the process of getting it all snipped and sanded so that I can prime it and paint it later in the week. And if you folks want me to do like a Gundam building live at some point, let me know. I'll think about it. I'm not against it. I like building them. I like chatting to folks about my interests while I engage in them. So, you know, we could maybe do that.
Right, let's do this!
Hi, William Hagen. Hi, Lexi. Hi, Merritt. Hi, AOW. All right. And if you like the work that I'm doing, making comics and drawing sketch cards and making prints and stickers and stuff for you all, feel free to check this out, because at the moment I am actively saving up to pay my way to go to Metro Comic Con in Melbourne this year and show off my comics and sell them in person for the first time. And it's not going to be cheap. So if you want to be real cool guys and help a indie artist get stuff done, that's a really handy way to do so. Hi, Mary Johnson. I'm doing good. Just working away on my comic books. We're writing one called The Network Man tonight. Specifically, The Network Man Genesis, which is the origin story of the main character. How are you doing?
Hello there.
Okay. Cable. Good to hear. Hope you've had a good week. Did you get any new comics today? It's New Comic Book Day. Hi, Eric is cool. Hi, Hoy, I'm 10. Hi, Lenny. Hi, Fritz Estrella. It's good. Weather's good. I've been keeping busy. Trying a ever so slightly different stream schedule this week. No Monday stream, just slightly longer streams Tuesday through Friday. Yeah, so far so good. Thought we'd do a bit of writing tonight. Tomorrow I'll be doing some more drawing for my Kickstarter rewards and stuff. Hi, Fire in Fiction. Hi, Internet Oxygen. Yeah, so far so good. Picked up some cheap art supplies at Aldi today. Hopefully those will turn out to be good. I haven't given them a try yet. I only got them home a couple hours ago. Almost. Tuesday through Friday. So Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night. Honestly, it's mostly just to meet my community. I'm often working on my comic books. I've just started doing sketch cards on like Tuesday nights and Friday nights. I might finish off tonight with a sketch card. Usually we do another sketch card stream on Wednesday, but I decided to do some writing today. And it's mostly just to grow my community and meet more people who are into comics and TTRPGs and the same sort of nerdy stuff that I'm into. Getting to the point where I get a payout every month would be great. Even if it's just the minimum amount, the $50, that is super helpful to me being able to afford art supplies and stuff every month to keep printing stickers and prints and paying for things to make more comics and stuff like that. So that's kind of my minimum goal, is to get to the point where I'm getting a payout every month. If I ever hit partner, that would be great, but I'm not like working on that specifically. If I could hit partner, that would be great, because I'd like to be able to start a stream team so that I can start a stream team of comic book creators. Hi Vivi, hi Kiranam, hi One Direction Hiccup, hi Low Poly Deer. Hi VA is the realist. Honestly, I've only just come back. I had to take a bit of a hiatus from Christmas through to mid-March because I got sick, and then I had a deadline with my comic book that I had to get finished. So I took a bit of time off streaming to focus on that. But at the moment, I'm doing TikTok lives. I'm doing a lot of TikTok lives as well as Twitch lives. I'm a member of several different communities. I'm part of the OG Live ANZ streamer community. So there's a few things happening all around at the moment. Hi Sky High. Hi Peanut Navy Nep. There it is. Hey NVC, do you see that? I'm not sure if you're actually in earshot or not. Hi Damon Barber, hi Astros, hi Gabriel, hi Lucas. If anyone's enjoying the stream and wants to know more about comics, don't forget that TikTok Lives has the gift function, so you can drop gifts in the chat. And if you would like a custom sketch card, an original piece of art, trading card sized, there is one still available for tonight's stream, and that is if you drop a baby dragon or above value right now on the stream, I will stop writing. We will switch over and draw the character that you want drawn right in front of you, and then I'll post it to you later. I'm writing my a comic that's coming out later this year at the moment. Bye-bye. Hi, Jonesy Pants. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Izzy Bitsy Spider. Hey, thanks for liking the live, Izzy Bitsy Spider. Appreciate it. No dialogue in this panel. All right, panel 2. Hey, thanks for liking the live, Jonesy Pants. I appreciate it. And don't forget, everyone, if you give the live a share, that really helps me to grow. The more that I grow, the more perks I can get to use for lives. The more gifts that I start to get, the more work I can do on my comics and creative projects. So every like, every share, it all helps. So thank you so much. Hi, John Marston. Hey, Brent, hello. Welcome. Oh, hey. Hi, thanks for stopping in. That's rad. I appreciate it. I appreciate you stopping to say hi. You want to see all the sketch cards I've done this month? Always positive vibes for you, bud. I don't know where you're at. I don't know where you're at, but I hope you're pretty close to funding on the showcase. All right. I'll switch. You know what? I'll just switch the table cam back on real quick. That'll make this easiest. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to check in for a couple of days. I've been a bit flat out. So I hope... Ah, dang. You will. You will. I know you will. And I'm going to sing the song of my people to you real quick. Do a launch party. Do a launch party. I'm trying to get more people in comics to do launch parties. They're so helpful. They're so helpful. Whoa, what's going on here? There we go. You know, that song's actually so sad in a way. It's really depressing when you actually know what it's about. I don't know why people love singing it in such a jolly way here. All right, so we've got RX-782. We got RX-79 Jim. We got Baby Nos, Baby No Money. Raf. Leo. Pepperoni. Tell me if I'm going too quick or you want to see another one. Thanks, bud. It's been so good working on them. Really, it's really been helping me. I was so rusty on traditional art before I started doing these. And it's really helping me push my skills, especially for portraits. Especially after Splinter isn't my strongest. Especially after doing the 20 pages for double billing. These have been really great. Hi, number one Miku fan. Hi, Alfredo. And that's all the ones that have finished so far. And for anyone watching, if you like any of these cards, they are all available on my Etsy store. And as I was mentioning before, if you want a custom one, you can drop a baby dragon in the chat and claim tonight's one custom. There's one custom for every stream. And that means you'll get it posted to you as well. Yeah, thank you, Brandon. That means a lot. It's been so good working on them. Hi, Farquad. What a name. All right. So Brent, do you remember my TV-headed character? I'm not sure if you know the name, but it's Teddy Valentine. But the cyborg TV-headed guy that I've been drawing a lot lately. Here, let me refresh. Oh, dip. Hey! Hooray! Thank you, Brent. Thank you. Finally got the live goal. That's the first one I've got. I only just started doing these TikTok lives a little while ago. Here, let me switch over to the close-up and I'll show you. There's Teddy. And there's Cable. And I got to redo this one because I was trying to draw while I was making dinner last night. But that's going to be the main villain, the Spud. Thank you, Lulu. Yeah, this was me last night in the kitchen. Like, trying to draw like this. So, everything's a bit out. Yeah, I see that. It's basically, it's going to be, think James Bond aesthetics, the 70s James Bond sort of aesthetics, but in Australia. It's set in an alternate universe Melbourne, where everything looks super futuristic, but also super retro. Like, the technology is really futuristic, but everything has a retro 70s aesthetic to it. Hey, thanks for following, Jonesy Pants. And thanks for dropping in, Lulu. It doesn't matter that you can't stay for long. I just appreciate you coming back. So, you know Jenny Odio, Brent? Jenny's going to be drawing this script that I'm writing right now. So those concept sketches are just the designs for the characters, but Jenny's going to be drawing the actual comic. Yeah, I loved working with Jenny on Glitch Cache. She did a great job on that, so I'm really looking forward to... Like, I've had Jenny lined up to do this comic for about 4 years. It was originally a pitch for Big Hype Volume 2, and we didn't make the final cut. So we decided eventually we'd make it on our own. And so I set it as one of the stretch goals for the Kickstarter last year. Oh, me too. I miss it. I got into Volume 3. Me and Matt Harding got into Volume 3. So the Snuffles the Indomitable short story that is part of Double Billing, that was our Big Hype story. But because Big Hype Volume 3 got canned, unfortunately... oh, hell yeah. Yeah, Matt's so good. Have you seen the cover that Matt's doing for Snuffles? So that's what we ended up doing. Matt's doing the cover, and I did the interior art. And then Pete Collins is doing all the colors. Matt hasn't posted the final colored cover on socials, so I'll send it to you on Insta. One sec. There you are. Yeah, those colored panels I showed you on Insta a couple of weeks ago that Hassan lettered, Pete colored those. Yes, yeah, Pete showed me the concept sketches and stuff for that. It looks rad. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, Pete covered the entire book. I drew the line art for the entire book. Hassan Otsmain Elhau lettered below the waist, and Tobin Rasico is lettering Snuffles the Indomitable. Marcus did the cover for Below the Waist, and Matt did the cover for Snuffles. And so it'll be a flip book. And we're this close to going to print.
Right, let's do this.
As soon as I get the colored pages back from Pete for Snuffles, so that I can send them to Tobin, we'll be ready to go to print. Hi, Danica. Hi, Brodeo Clown. Yeah, Tobin's going to be great. I really wanted the... I wish I'd had a little... I wish I'd been able to go a little bit faster and hadn't gotten sick at Christmas. Because I was trying to both not just draw, but ink each book slightly differently. And Pete is coloring each story in the book slightly differently. But unfortunately, I had to use the same inking tools because time pressure. But Pete's colored them differently, and I chose a different letterer for both stories because they're both so tonally different. So hopefully this really works the way that I'm hoping it will. But yeah, I dropped that cover in your inbox. The logo placement and everything isn't final, but the art is final. I've just got to wait for Matt to send me his version with the logos and stuff. Yes, please. I can't wait to see it. Hey, no worries. Have a good day at work. Thanks for dropping by. All right. Can I change my live goal while I'm live since I hit the live goal? Yes, I can set up a new goal. Excuse me. Hi, Jeffrey Cake! All right. Okay. Hello, young ones. Hello. There we go. A new live goal. All right. So welcome everyone. If anyone's new, I am Sean Sunday. I'm a comic book creator, and I am writing one of my comic books live right now in front of you. So if you've got any questions about comics, about making comics, drop them in the chat and let's talk. If you just want to hear my thoughts or feelings about a particular comic book character, that's cool. Let's just chat about comics while I write one. All right, so where am I up to? All right, so in this panel, Teddy is going to be sort of midway through falling onto his butt from being startled by the sudden explosion, and he's going to be shouting out in surprise. Cable is lunge sideways, ducking some rubble and getting startled but cool and capable as they point their gun towards the source of the sound. So Cable is Teddy's field partner, and Cable is the more strong, brave, cool, capable partner. Teddy is kind of a goofy forensics nerd. The explosion is blasting. The opposite side of. Hi Noah! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Of the room from them. Sending chunks of. Hi, Cheeky Bunny. Energy beams are shooting through the holes behind the. Hi, Kiani Batty. Hi, Not Lucky. Hi, Sanic Man. Debris. Hi, welcome to the stream. So yeah, if you're new here, which I assume you are, I'm Sean Sunday. I'm an Aussie comic book creator and artist. Tonight we're doing a bit of writing. We're writing the script for my next comic. Alright. So we're making pretty good progress. We're on panel... About to move on to panel 3 of... Wait. Yeah, what have I done here? 3, 4. Yeah, panel 3 of 4 on this page. Yeah, well, welcome on in. I stream 4 nights a week, Tuesday through Friday. Most nights I'm drawing, but every so often we'll throw in a writing stream on Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. I see what's going on here. Yeah, well, welcome on in. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah, I do. I just drew my first full issue comic. I'm just waiting for the colored pages to come back. I was working with a friend of mine to do the colors. And then I've got to send those off to the letterer. And then that will be going to print. I've got a few comics that some I've drawn, some I've colored, and most I've written already out there in the world. And on most of these TikTok lives, I do sketch cards like these. And I let the viewers help choose what I draw. So on nights when chat doesn't have suggestions for me, I will just choose some stuff and throw up a poll, and chat can help me choose via poll. But if chat has suggestions, then I'll pick the top 2 and throw up a poll so everyone can help me choose what I draw. And those are mostly Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do the sketch cards. And then some Wednesdays we write, and Thursday nights I work on artwork for whatever projects I'm working on at the moment. So last week we were working on stickers for the rewards for the Kickstarter for the comic that I just mentioned. And tomorrow night we'll probably be working on the stickers again, but we'll mostly be focusing on colors. Because I've just about finished the line art on all the stickers, so I've just got to do the coloring now. Thanks, it's fun. I am very lucky to be going more or less full-time in my creative work for most of the year this year. We'll see if I'm able to continue that next year, but for this year I can. And I'm going to be making a lot of fun stuff. Thanks, I've been really enjoying doing them. I've got it set up so that once per stream, someone can redeem a custom one that I will post to them when it's finished as well. So there's one per stream. Tonight's has not been claimed. And so for anyone in the chat that is watching that might want a custom piece of art of their favorite character, one per stream, drop a tiny, a baby dragon in the chat, or anything above a baby dragon. I don't know. I'm still getting used to the gifts thing. Anything baby dragon or above. And the first person to do that can claim the sketch card. And I'll draw it on stream so you can see it and then post it out. I just missed a couple of names, but welcome. Is it Kiani Batty or Kayani Batty? Cable. Kiani, number 1. Awesome. Good to know. I'll try to remember that. So if I see your name in the chat, I should be able to remember how to pronounce that. Hi, Misley. Hello, welcome. It's just years of being a big nerd, you know? I started drawing when I was 12 and reading comics about the same time. It's just years and years and years of being a big friggin' nerd. Hi, Leah X. All right. Panel 3, panel 4. So for anyone who is thinking about getting into comics, let me find you a link to the script template that I use, because it has made writing my scripts so much easier. Honestly, it's really rad, and I hope it takes off within the industry. Thanks, Kiani. We'll be back tomorrow night and Friday night. Tomorrow night we will be working on some digital drawing, and then Friday night I'll be doing a bunch more sketch cards. I'm currently on a bit of a Gundam jam, unless chat requests anything else. If chat doesn't drop any requests in the chat when I start the stream, I will start drawing some Gundam stuff. But if we've got suggestions at the start of the stream, then I'll start drawing those. Hi, Joseph. Welcome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Every little bit, I think at 300 followers, I get some new features to make it easier for me to go live. It was something like that. And so the more followers I can get, the more my other videos will start to get seen as well. I make regular video content talking about making comics and giving recommendations for comics that I really like and that people should check out. And I'm really looking forward to doing more of that. Okay, what is panel 3? Hi, Touchdown 1501. Hi, Nat Evans. I think I just saw Jared something. Hello, welcome. Yeah, no worries. I'll be here for a while. I've still got, what, another half an hour before I finish up for the night? So I might, in about 10 minutes actually, I'll probably do a sketch card. So we'll pick a character to draw. Excuse me. Alright, I'm going to finish off this last panel, and then we will pick a character. No worries, welcome back. Yeah, I'm going to finish panel 4, and then we will pick a character to draw for the last half an hour. So if anyone in the chat has some suggestions, drop some ideas in the chat. Otherwise, I have a couple of ideas. I've got a couple of characters that I'd like to draw for some friends. But if chat has any suggestions, I will prioritize your suggestions over those characters. Hi, TM Cody. Hi, Pete the Joker. All right. I'm not sure where you're based, but it's 10 o'clock at night where I am. So this will be the time that I'm live tomorrow. I'll be going live at 9 p.m. So an hour ago, but tomorrow. No worries, good night. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, and Friday night, 9 o'clock. Good night. Alright, so I want to add some more of this voiceover. I want to add some more of this voiceover to the other panels. But I'll figure that out later. I'll get all the action down and then I'll add some voiceover to each panel. Hi, Paige. Hi, Skittle Crumbs. All right. So that's that page done. That's that page done. So we can move on to drawing a sketch card. Let's get table cam fired up. Grab a blank sketch card. Alright, so does anyone in the chat have a suggestion for a character to draw tonight? I'll give you a minute or two. And then I'm gonna just pick one. Hi, I like water. What's your favorite character in comics? Quick, everybody tell me what your favorite characters are. Hi, question mark. Favorite characters. Who's got a favorite character they can drop in the chat for me? Hi, Rin. What's your favorite comic book character? All right. Welp. I think I'm going to go with gun cannon then. All right, let me just find a good reference. All right. Hey Google, set a 30-minute timer. All right, let's go. Gun cannon time. Hey, welcome back. I'm just grabbing a reference picture for the sketch card that I'm going to draw tonight. You know what? I don't need a reference photo because I've got the model right here. I'm Sean Sunday. All right. No, that's the wrong angle. That's more like it. I'm Sean. Sean Sunday. Go. All right. That's coming along. Bloody hell. Hi, who's Aaron? All right. We're getting there. Hi, the Turtle Fox. All right. No. Those angles are all off. We'll try that again tomorrow. I tried to get too fancy with it. I won't throw it away because I might think differently about it later. Hi, Jade. But I think I'm going to do it differently. And I'll probably do that on tomorrow night's stream. All right, so we wrote a full page of a comic. We had a go at drawing a sketch card, but it didn't work out right. And we'll have another go at that sketch card tomorrow. So, thank you everyone for hanging out. I had a great time. And we'll be back tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. And we'll be working on some digital art tomorrow night. Colouring some of my sticker designs for the Kickstarter. And then hopefully by next week, I'll be moving on to drawing the commissions for the Kickstarter rewards, which will be nice. And then after that, I'll be free to draw whatever I want, whenever I want. Yay! So that'll be rad. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time here on TikTok and maybe on Twitch.